All right, let me try to wrap this up. And guys, you guys will figure out different things, and you guys will put a slightly different style, your own style to it. And I would encourage you guys to explore. And like I told you guys in previous video, if I were to do this again, it'll probably feel and look a little bit different depending on what I was in the mood for that day. One little trick here. If you're feeling a surface with a solid color, it does tend to look relatively flat. So let's say we go to this gray color here. Let's do it this way. So maybe it'll stay more organized. So I could put this gray color in this layer here. Oop, it was that gray color. That's fine. So this gray color, I could actually give it a little bit of a more mottled look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this gray color layer, make another layer. So now I'm in this group, right? So maybe I'll call this back wall or something. So now you're kind of managing more layers. This is a blank layer, and here's a gray color. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do Control and hit that, which selects all the gray color. I'm going to go to this layer 1. I'm going to rename that cloud, and I like to use this technique a lot actually. So now I'm on the cloud layer. So it's literally, Photoshop is only looking at, here, let me turn off everything. Photoshop's only looking at this. It's just a blank layer with this kind of a selection, and I called it clouds. I'll usually just turn it to a black and white first and go to filter, and I'll do render clouds. And it'll just take the foreground and background color, and it'll just randomly kind of do this kind of texture. And if you do render cloud again, the pattern changes a little bit, but it doesn't really matter, right? You just need the one. And then you turn on your gray color, and so your gray color is behind you, and then the cloud is in front of it. What you want to do is you want to blend this into the gray. So you want to take the cloud layer, and then you want to multiply it. Ooh, that's getting really dark. That's cool, we'll fix that. So now if I turn on all my layers, you see how it has a slightly mottled look to it? Now if you feel like that's way too dark, because we have like the black and then the gray on top of the black, so all you got to do is just reduce this cloud layer opacity down. Just ever so subtle, so that you get this little, you get a little bit of muddiness, right? Here's more, you get this little muddiness here. You could try different filters, maybe dark color, and then it doesn't change the model too much, but I don't know, I'm not digging that. I'm just going to stay with multiply. And then you can use the same technique for this green color. So let me come here. So we have the green stucco here. I'm going to create another folder so that it only affects the green stucco. So now it's in the green. So I'm going to say, I don't know, green block. And then on top of the green stucco again, you're going to repeat. You're going to create a brand new layer. You're going to select everything that's green by holding down Control and hitting this little thing. And then coming to this layer, you're going to do again render clouds. And you'll get a slightly different pattern. And then you take that cloud layer and then you multiply that to the green. And so now the green has a little bit of a marbling to it. And bring down the opacity a little bit so that it's not so crazy. And there you go. So now that's how you kind of get the rendering to look a little bit, hand done, if you will. And of course the shadows, don't forget the shadows. And then you could do let's do the cloud to the white. Put the white in there. Cool. There you go. So it kind of has a tendency to make it look a little bit, hand done. And then now let's just add some scale and some entourage to this. So on the very top, probably right below the shadow layer, or maybe on top of the shadow layer, yeah, because it should be in front, I'm going to add another layer, and I'm just going to call it people. And then go back to your assets folder, and you'll see a thing called people, and then pick a few, let's get this shady dude right here, bring them in, and putting people in architecture elevation is really important because it really does give you a sense of scale. Oops. So we're going to put them down on the ground. This is the entry, so a person should be about somewhere yay tall, something like that tall. So I'm going to hammer him down. So, and I also don't like people in the middle. I mean, again, it's a personal thing, but again, I'm just using them as a scale. So I can kind of do something like that. And let's put some trees. So you want to go to your assets here and then go to some trees. Just use black and white trees. I did leave you some color trees too. So let's put one tree here. And then here's a tree. We're going to hit that Control C, Control V. So I have another tree now, and I'm not keeping it in the same layer. That way I can edit and change it as I need. And let's just make this one much bigger. And let's put it behind the house here. And then what I'm going to do is just quite simply just trace the house. Hold down Shift pretty roughly so that I could erase a portion of this tree. So again, this is not editable, this particular tree, because it's a smart object. I'm going to have to right click, rasterize that, and then now I can edit that. There you go. So I deleted a portion of that tree. So now the tree looks like it's behind the house. Let me take this, oh no, I think it's still in the memory. Control V, and I'll take this tree here and kind of make it smaller. There's a tree way behind. Bigger. Yeah, I'm not going to monkey with it anymore. So there you go, guys. So there's a little elevation. This is a little funky right here. You know what? I'm going to take that and reduce the opacity down just so that it's further back. Oops. So that there's a little kind of a lighter, so push the tree really back. I don't know if I like the stem going right through my building, but anyway, that's enough. And then the man, the person, where is the man? This guy right here. He's also a little bit too dark, so I'm going to just kind of fade him out a little bit so that he doesn't take so much center stage attention. Alright guys, so here's the elevation. So hopefully you guys learned quite a bit, and you guys will hopefully develop your own style, and we'll see you guys in the next demo.